Hey everyone, thanks for tuning in. In today's video we're going to take a look at the newest knife from Koenig Knives. This is the Koenig Arius, assuming that I'm pronouncing the name correctly, but at this point you guys don't really expect much of me. So, really cool knife, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys because this is part two. If you look at my video feed a couple months back, maybe 6 months or so, I actually had a plastic prototype of this knife. And it was really fun to share with you guys a little bit of the behind the scenes of how companies bring new projects to fruition. With Koenig Knives, they had some plastic prototypes built. They were 3D printed, not working prototypes, but yeah, 3D printed prototypes to just make sure that, see how things translated from a 2D to a 3D aspect here. So this one's not mine. This one actually belongs to Bill Koenig of Koenig Knives, the owner there, and he was kind enough to let me borrow this one to, kind of play with and check out and share with you guys. Mine will be coming down the line as they actually get into the full swing of the productions, and mine will be a little bit special, so I plan on doing a video on that one too. But I just want to share this one with you guys. Let's go through the specs real quick. CTS XHP blade steel, full titanium handles here, titanium pocket clip, titanium backspacer, and this one's been given a polish and a gold anodize, and stainless steel lock insert, ceramic detent, ceramic bearings, a flipper of course. Weighs in at 5.8 ounces, 3.5 inch blade. And those are the specs for the most part here, but yeah. So I was first introduced to the knife back in January of 2015, I believe it was, so over a year ago now. I was sent a concept image from the designer, TJ Schwartz, and I got to kind of see what he had planned, and then from there it takes a long time to bring these projects out, so and this one, the prototypes, there's actually been a few changes to the actual production ones here, so yeah. Alright, let me show you guys the packaging real quick, just so you have an idea. Nice black box, magnetic closure, custom cutouts to fit the Arius in there like such, and then a branded cloth for, wiping down the blade and such, so yeah, really nice presentation again, hugely important I think, so they did a really good job with that. Let's get into the details, so to speak. So a number of changes have come about since the initial prototype. The backspacer is different, the swedge is different, and it took a lot of work to get the knife to really translate from the 2D design to a working 3D knife, as you see here in front of us, but really well done. It was the manufacturing is done by Millet Knives. I just did another video on Millet Knives with their project with Jeff Simmons of Aegis Knife Works. Millet Knives is also behind the Zaneta, which I've had on the channel, and I think all of the Koenig builds to date, but they're based out of Idaho. Bill Koenig is based out of Idaho, so really good working relationship with a 100% USA made knife. Even the screws, every aspect has been made in the States here, so if that's important to you, then this is a knife you can get behind. So yeah, I think the lines and the design are just absolutely striking. That was absolutely the first thing that caught my attention with this knife, and yeah, it's just, again, I'm really excited to see this one kind of in the flesh here, having waited for so long and having such high expectations. I think they did a really great job of meeting my expectations, which were probably potentially abnormally high there. So, alright, CTS XHP blade steel. This one is prototype number 4 of 10. There were 10 prototypes. One was auctioned. I believe the other ones all went to people who essentially pre-ordered them, or at least requested one the moment they went live there, or they shared the initial design with the public. So Really nice swedge up top. It's actually a hollow ground, a really deep hollow grind here in that swedge. Kind of a functioning opening hole here. Let me show you guys the opening methods. Get your thumb in here and you can roll it, or get your thumb in here and flick it, or you can get your middle finger in the back here, flick that, or there is a flipper tab. So of course 3 or 4 different methods of opening depending on how you want to count it. Detent is pretty nice, you know, flips without any issues. You can kind of half-ass it if you want to, but I'd call it a firm detent. Not strong, but firm. So yeah, really cool. Really cool. This one has a hollow grind, and Millet Knives is one of the few places who does hollow grinds in the US here. And then polished flats, so, or at least really fine satins here. One or the other. Nice contrast though, really nice. But just a lot of detail work with the different hollow grinds and the different swedges. The fuller that transitions into the hole. I think you guys get the idea here, so. Really nice edge, of course. And this one has a nice user finish, which I always appreciate, so yeah. We do have a D-style pivot. Nice satin finish, and that'll keep it you know, stationary essentially as you tighten or loosen the Torx head connection on this side. So again, you know, a lot of you guys find this to be really important in just kind of general maintenance on the knife. Here's the flipper tab. Now the flipper tab on the full production will actually be a little bit bigger, Bill said, and this one flips just fine. I really have no issues, but he said the larger flipper tab might flip, or should flip even better here, so yeah. Really smooth on the bearings, of course. Just kind of a look at the tang and the lockup and so forth. Nice stonewash finish, great chamfering, no sharp edges. You get nice 2 fingers in there for a really good secure grip. And then the rest just fills the hand really well, so. Yeah, the narrow at the neck and a little bit wider at the butt seems to in general work out really well for ergonomics. Now there is a chamfer up here on the inside, so as you flip it, no sharp edges, and then they were actually nice enough to make it a full flip length here. The ones that end up right here, it's kind of like, well, that's nice, but you know, when you flip hard, that's typically where your finger ends up, so that was well done. And here's a really cool aspect. They put sleeves on the screws here, titanium sleeves on the screws that they anodized the same gold color as this really cool backspacer too. So integrated lanyard hole that fits in with the design. A beautiful backspacer. And again, there's more millwork on the backspacer itself here, as you can see, kind of continuing with that same I don't know, fuller almost, really deep. I don't want to call it a hollow grind, maybe it is, but that really deep mill work in here transitions all the way to the back and the backspacer. So yeah, just details. Now the pocket clip, as you can see, the pocket clip fits in with the overall design, and it functions really well too. It's a shorter pocket clip, plenty of space for thick jeans, in and out of the pocket really well, nice and secure, but it fits the overall design of the knife. As you can see, they definitely put some extra work into the pocket clip. And then they made the cutout here in the pocket clip, or they cut out the lock bar the same way, so as you guys can see, we're seeing right through to, you know, the blade essentially. And if the blade was let's say polished, or you know, a slightly different color than the you know, the stone washing and such, it would be a little more prominent, but you see through to the blade. So again, that's really cool that they made the lock bar cutout the same as the pocket clip cutout. The screws here for the stainless steel lock insert, Really small gap here between the lock bar and the frame. Probably wire EDM, I didn't ask, but really clean. I think it makes for a great look. But as far as, being a user, the ergos are there. A nice hollow grind is always usable. I didn't measure the thickness of the blade stock here, but it's a moderate thickness, enough to be strong, but still get some pretty good slicing in here. So yeah, this is probably one of those knives where I could have just shut up and showed it to you, and you guys would have been just as happy without the commentary. Here's the lockup on this particular one, sitting about 50%, I think, there. And of course, that stainless steel lock insert means that there is no stick, and you don't have to worry about it really affecting the lockup over time. The stainless steel to stainless steel is going to do a great job. So yeah, really awesome. Certainly a home run. It's a knife I've been waiting a really long time for, and I'm still going to have to wait a little bit longer before I get mine, and that's going to be even more special. But definitely one to check out. So again, this is just one of the 10 prototypes. The production ones are coming soon. I think they're going to start at about $475. I hope that's right. People are going to be pissed off if I'm wrong. But just refer to the Koenig website. I'll put the link down below, as well as their Instagram, and then Millet Knives, who produced it, put their links down below too. So you guys can check out and follow them and see all the details. But yeah, definitely want to keep your eyes on. Again, that design is just phenomenal. So anyways, guys, we'll leave it there. When I do get my special one in, I told Bill that I want the plastic prototype back, and then I told TJ that I want a picture of the sketch there so I can show you kind of the 3 phases of the build. So there'll be another video coming once I get mine in, but for now, hopefully this suffice for most of you guys, just to kind of have an idea of what to expect, or if you guys want to kind of hunt these down here. But yeah, really good stuff. Really nice American manufacturing. And yeah, we'll leave it there. Thanks again for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please give me a thumbs up. Feel free to subscribe, and we are running pretty steady with the podcast, Modern Neanderthal podcast, so you can also check that out. So anyways, I need to get some sleep. I need to stop neglecting my wife and making videos for you guys. See you around.